Hey, hi, hello, guys and gals. So, it's my Friday off. It's a Friday to myself. My stepdad's still home. Boo. Okay, so obviously I've gone on a huge vlogging uploading spree, and a lot of them had to do with the Chica cosplay. I wish I got this higher, but I can't. I gotta stop looking at myself too, 'cause I keep looking at myself. Okay, I gotta remember the camera's right here. Huh. Okay, so I'm still currently working on the body parts. I made the parts that go right here and the shoulder pads. I swear to God, they are shoulder pads that just go on the outside part. They're so ridiculous, but I'm pretty sure once I put them on, they're gonna look pretty damn great. And I'm not quite sure what to do with this middle part of me yet, because I want it to be snug, but I don't want it to rip. And I'm kind of worried about that, so I'm like trying to figure out how to do this here, because she's not very feminine looking, but she does you know, like, it's like, I don't know, I guess for the name and the fact that she is referred to as a female, like, she doesn't really have like boobs. Like, the only thing is, like, she has a bib though. That bib is so fucking cute though, and I guess the bib would cover the ladies. Speaking of the ladies, I'm wearing a sports bra and it's like, they're gone. My boobs are gone at the moment. Like, no, why? So yeah, I'm trying to figure out exactly how I'm gonna do that, because like, your body expands the most when you're sitting down, especially if you're slouching like I'm doing right now. I actually have a pile of clean clothes. I'm doing the laundry, and so I found a bunch of clothes that, you ever pull out clothes and then you're like, I'm gonna wear this, then you change your mind, you're like, nope. Sniff a shirt. You go like, is that okay? Yeah, I'll just wear it again. That's what I'm guilty of doing that. Everybody's guilty of doing that, unless you know someone who's very like, oh no, I wore that yesterday. I can't wear it again until it's washed. But yeah, I have like a pile of clean clothes that I'm leaning on, like, what's up guys? How's it going? So yeah, besides the Chica cosplay, I'm also working on another Five Nights at Freddy's cosplay. Yes, it's an animatronic. But no, it's not one of the original 3 animatronics. It's not a toy. It's not the Balloon Boy or the puppet / marionette. It is the Springtrap. So yeah, see? I started doing sketches on it. Like, I seriously, like, let me show you guys right there. See that? I've started mapping out like where his holes are. Like, where it's tattered through. And I'm sure you can see, like, on the inside of there, I've drawn a human head shape, just to draw it. And like, I kind of drew it a little wonky because it's a little more this side and it's kind of tilted, but for the most part it's almost even. And he has a rotting human corpse inside of him. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. The only thing is, I was wondering if I should really go all out and like have it, like, because I'm gonna build this kind of similar to the Chica head, only a lot smaller. It's more compact, because I also am gonna have to build bunny ears this time, which I'm really worried, because those bunny ears are huge. Scott's like, he should release the 3D models for these, because I'm really curious, like, if he did like a 360 view of Springtrap. I really would like to see that. And I wrote all sorts of notes in there. Like, I'll just read them out to you guys, but I think they were also posted when I showed it up here. Like, his eyelids are sometimes like halfway closed like that. And I did point out that he has a muzzle, but it's not as prominent as Bonnie's and Freddy's. So it's a little flatter, but it does stick out nonetheless. And the fact that he has a human shaped head, because he was built to have a human wear them at first. Let's see. And then I also was thinking of, this is going to go out of order, because it is so worn out. This is an animatronic, a suit that has not been used for 30 years. You know, like, we can assume, like, I think the thing is, we can assume that these were put away, you know, these were used in the very beginning days of the franchise, and that, you know, purple guy, he must have known that room was in there, because why else would he lure them in there? Like, you know, he knew that, or maybe he didn't know that they couldn't go in there because it wasn't wired, they weren't programmed to know that room was there. And you know, when they didn't go into the room, he went out there and killed them all, dismantled them. Killed, air quotes. If you want to know why I keep saying air quotes, is because I watch Cryotic's weekly stream, the late night crew, the late night stream with Cry and Russ, and when there's something with that in there, they say air quotes, and it's fucking hilarious, especially in the Phoenix Wright playthroughs that they've been doing. And I love those games, and I love their take on it. And you know, to be honest, what they were doing in the beginning, Red was still around, and Red was kind of annoying with it. She's like, you need to do better. Like, she wasn't giving them like tips on how to do better. Like, that was kind of a nuisance, to be honest. So, you know, I was like, I do miss Red, but that, like, she wasn't being very productive with telling them how to improve. So, yeah. So anyways, back to the head, and the whole My Little Theory is that, you know, when they showed the mini games that leads up to him getting in the suit, he shit, should have wrote all my words down, because I woke up a couple of hours ago, but I wasn't really doing anything. I was watching YouTube videos, so my brain is like not quite waking up yet. It's like, you know, they showed the roof, like, you know, that place is run down. No one has been in it forever. I need to do my eyebrows. This one's like more pointed, and this one's, my eyebrows have never been even. Okay, I'm getting off topic again. He, you know, like, they're showing like the roof is leaking and that is storming. So it's to assume, you know, it's been 30 years after the place closed down. It's possible this suit might have been a little worn down again, because, like, you know, it's been sitting there unused. It's probably smelly, disgusting, moldy, but it hasn't had any like pressure onto it. So then when, you know, when he got into it, and you know, it just went like, it's so gross, because like you can see on the purple guy, like spikes going through his mouth. It's so, his teeth are all crooked too. I wonder if it's because of the spikes going in there, or were his teeth already crooked when he was alive still. And nobody draws purple guy with a cleft chin, because it's very obvious purple guy is in there, and he has a cleft chin, like, even though his head is mummified. So yeah, basically, because it's been like 20 years since the franchise opened, plus the additional 30 years that it's been closed, this suit has not been worn for 50 years. I have to say that. I think it's been 50 fucking years since this all happened. But I don't know. I'm just speculating that, you know, like, these animatronics, you know, like I said, this was one of the first suits used, and then they stopped using those, and then they possibly switched over to the animatronics that we knew in the first two games. Like, you know, I had my whole spiel, the theory that I had, and yeah, it's just crazy. It's possible somebody else died in that suit too, because they're like, oh, there've been accidents. Like, someone died. Someone fucking died. They're like goddamn Disneyland, where they're like, no, nobody died on the lands, but people died in there. So yeah, I was thinking, because it's possible that, you know, they use a kind of furry fabric. It's possible it's just, you know, it's got holes in it. It's probably worn off. So I was thinking a fabric that I could use to make it look as close as possible to how Scott's got him rendered as is maybe burlap. Burlap. because burlap looks very loose. It looks very old and tattered. I mean, we use it to bag potatoes in it. And I actually have a burlap sack, but it's very loose. I'll show you guys what I mean. Like let's say with my t-shirt, you see it's very closely, okay, my t-shirt's not a good idea because it's a t-shirt. Okay, I'll use these pants. These are pants that are clean. You see how it's like, very tightly, woven, knit, whatever. That's what I mean. The burlap is very loose. You can see right through it. And that's a problem with me. So I wonder if I could go to Joann's and see if there's like a tightly knit fabric that could probably resemble burlap. Because burlap is very it looks like it's coming undone. That's what I like about it, because he's looking very undone. And then, so yeah, and it'd be very easy to make it look even more distressed. And also burlap is very close to the color that he is. So it might be the fabric that I'm thinking of using, but I just put a lot of thought into this. And also I counted his teeth. He has 20 teeth. He has 10 on the top, 10 on the bottom, and halfway there's 5 on each. Yeah. And I did put down that he has a similar construction to Chica, and the fact that Chica, the thing is I kept having, I cut off right here, so I had to keep adding more, I kept having to add more layers of foam to down here, and it was so tedious that her face kind of went from this to this, as you saw it on my video. But I'll stick to the same construction I did, as in keeping it up here, and also have another piece down here. And then what I meant in construction is that, I want the jaw to move as same as mine, and because it won't be so big, because he kind of goes, ah! I think that's what I'm gonna like about this too. Is if I cosplay as him, I could just be very creepy. He's actually the first animatronic besides Foxy that we've seen moving. But I guess also Bonnie counts too, because he's running in the first game's trailer. You see, I am too far deep into these games, man. I am too fucking far deep. So yeah. And then the last thing I was thinking about is he has glowing eyes. Now, there's speculation that the glowing eyes, it's, it might be purple guy's eyes that got stabbed, pierced by the suit's eyes. I think it's a weird hybrid of both. Or it's possible it's purple, because I saw an image on it, and it's like there's his eyes, and then there's a little thing that coats over his eyes. Oh, it looks so creepy. Oh, it makes me uncomfortable. And I wear contacts, so okay. And then I don't know, because then there's those booting images where he's pulling his head off with purple guy is sticking out, and then you see they're little black discs that cover over his own eyes, and they're stuck to the head still, the animatronic head, Springtrap head. I'm not sure what the hell the name is. I just can really get into this, and also to show you guys how really deep I'm getting into it, I'm drawing the different side views, and I actually got a reference for this, because the image for it from one of the vent cameras, where you can kind of see his own head, purple guy's head sticking out, and then I saw the shape of it and I was like, oh cool, so I just mirrored it for the right side one. And I'm also trying to do his ears too, those ears are big and clunky for some reason. They're so huge. I just don't like it. The only thing I don't like is I don't have a really good view of the right side of his head. The left side I can, because of the Vant camera view. I can't remember what it is, but obviously it's a double-digit one. It's 13, 14, or 15. And also, because I have to do a body part of it too, I only started right there. And it's very tedious, because I have to get there's no good high quality pictures of a full body shot of Springtrap. That's what I hate. Like, I've been brightening my pictures, all my references I've gotten, and I've been putting like a filter over them so it brightens it up more, especially at the shadowy parts. And this is gonna be, I know it's gonna be fun to, it's gonna be so worth it in the end, but I don't know. What I like is that Joann's actually gives out 50% off a single cut of fabric. So I could get like 2 or 3 yards of fabric. And then, cause like for Chica, I think I have 3 yards, and then another piece of like that other fabric that I use for that, that was like another piece of like 1 yard. So I have like 4 yards of fabric, because it's not just a piece of clothing. Like, this is a thing to cover my whole body with. And even though, you know, it's not like a fursuit, it's still like, you know, you need a lot of fabric for this, because you never know, you might fuck up, and then you're like, ah, shit, I gotta redo it. The good thing about this costume is that I could just make square pieces, and I attach them here, you know, a big piece on my torso, and then I gotta do the shoulder pads, and then I gotta do the legs, and oh my god, you guys don't even know, there's a crotch piece too. Where the fuck did my phone go? Because let me show you guys. All the animatronics have this. They have a crotch piece. Like, well, hold on, let me try to find my reference. I'm lost. Oh dear lord. Okay, I can find it. Okay, here we go. I got a picture of Chica. Let me zoom in. And here we go. You see? That piece. I made something. It looked like it looked like the biggest granny panties I ever made. They're so ridiculous. Only because I made them too big, but I made it big so that way, it won't accidentally rip when I, you know, if I have to sit down or anything. So yeah, that's going to be very snug on me. And so I have to keep testing it and practicing it. I'm not sewing it, I'm hot gluing it, because hot glue is a lot stronger than just sewing. And also my sewing machine sucks. So I have to hot glue everything. So my fingers have been burnt so many times for making the head. So yeah, like I said, I realized Chica's hands are very weird too. Like, look at that. They're like a single piece. So I'm not, like, I wanted to keep as close to the original design. So I was going to make it like, you know, like that piece and then like separate parts. Because I thought it was like Springtrap's. Because Springtrap has like, because he's a wearable, he has like each single like each 3 parts of the digits are in there, and then he has some pieces of his fingers missing. I don't know if you guys believe me, but it's true. And I just put so much planning into this, and I just really hope I can get it all done. And like I said, for the whole, like, you know, Joann's thing, I have that 50% off one, so I can get some fabric on sale. Yay! Well, not on sale. Well, I think they've been having fabric on sale because of Easter. But I do know they sell like burlap. If not, I can maybe use canvas. Although canvas is a little pricey. But it's going to be so worth it. So we'll see what fabric I end up using. Basically, it's got to be rough. It's got to look worn down. But it's also got to be easy to work with. So absolutely nothing that can, like, you know, fleece is a horrible idea. Because it looks awful if you try to, like, distress. Or, I don't know, like, for me, like, it's going to look awful if I try to put, like liquids on there. There we go. Whew. So, yeah, I've been talking for 20 minutes. Holy shit. So, yeah, that's just my whole plan on making this, and I don't know if there's any other cosplayers or fursuiters that would like to throw out some tips for me there. I also realized I could probably use felt too. See, I keep getting more ideas into my head. I should write these on here while I still got them fresh in my head. So thank you so much for watching this really lengthy video. I've been trying to cut down my 20+ minute videos into half, but I don't know. So anyways, let me get some breakfast. So I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye!